Hey man, say man, you know what's going down. It's the Black Dallas Podcast. And we back. We back with another one, another episode to address our community, put you on some health facts, elevate your mind and your wellness, and just, talk about things that's going on in the world and in the city. And to that note, how about mention how Dallas is a world class city, or it's trying to be? It's on its way. We got so many people up in this thing. The energy in Dallas, in my opinion, is at a all-time high. We got some energy here. Whether if you in the music sector, if you in the real estate game, if you're in the business, sports, architecture, development, whatever, man, Dallas is just bustling on all spectrums, in my opinion. Now, we can definitely step some things up, and we're going to talk about that later. However, man, just shout out to everybody that's in the city doing their thing and making this city, one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? But on Black Dallas, we really gotta talk about the issues. Things in my mind. I would like to see us improve in this space of culture. What is Dallas culture? What does that like look like? And I feel like if we go out in the streets and we ask people, we put a camera to their face, they're gonna say different things. Especially depending on what enclave or what different subcultures you ask people belong to, and that's what I want to bring forth. What is Dallas culture? And being on Black Dallas, I would like to see us come together on different things, especially come together on our health and our wellness. So that's why we gonna talk about it. Look, and we gonna switch it up. Normally we break it down for the sisters. This episode today, we gonna put the man on. You know what I'm saying? We gonna put the man on in this episode. Listen, fellas, can I put you on? Can I put you on a wonderful herb, brother? What you know about that Tomcat Ali? Woo! Woo! That Tomcat Ali. Tomcat Ali is not only going to help you with erectile dysfunction, this is also going to boost your testosterone. Not only boost your testosterone, fellas, Tomcat Ali is also going to help reduce cortisol levels. Cortisol is the chemical that deals with stress. You know what I'm saying? So what if it's mental stress, physical stress? Tomcat Ali is going to help you with that. Are you athletic? Are you trying to get there? Are you trying to get in that gym and get them gains? Listen, fellas, Tomcat Ali in that gym is going to give you that second wind. Okay, that second wind is going to give you that boost, that edge, that cutting edge. How much more? How much more gains could you get? How much more closer could you get to your goals every day if you had that extra edge, that extra boost of energy? I'm trying to put you on Tomcat Ali, aka Long Jack. Man, look, this is a herb that is going to help you keep a happy home together. Yes, Tomcat Ali is going to have you walk around here, fellas, with 3 balls. You're going to have an additional ball, okay? Another nut in your sack when you get this Tomcat. You don't have to stop at the gas station no more. You ain't got to do that, fella. Get you a natural herb. And of course, we keep it at the Alkaline Hour. If you need a trusted source to get it, listen, listen. This is a herb that even as a young man, I've tried it. plenty times, even in my 20s, when I found out about it, my mid 20s, late 20s. It is something that really, even if you're young, it still gives you that cutting edge. You know what I'm saying? We also have customers that are in the um, entertainment industry, you know what I'm saying? Exotic entertainment industry. And they use that, you know what I'm saying? It helps them perform, men and women. So definitely women can take it too. It definitely helps with hormone balancing for women as well. But Tonkat Ali is going to be that herb you want to share in your man's group, in your man circle, all right? This is something that is going to make you a instant celebrity when you share this with your fans friend group. They going to be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They going to talk your ear off about all the wonderful experiences they had. So definitely put that in your arsenal, fellas. But can we bring it for the sisters now? Can I talk to y'all now? Can I do that? Listen, listen. Y'all take care of us at the Alkaline Hour so much. I gotta break it down for y'all too. Okay, and I don't want to be stingy, so get your friends, hit them up, gather around. You know what I'm saying? Gather around, cause this is one you gonna wanna know about. Damiana, Damiana, that Damiana. Listen, I'm trying to put you on something right now. Look, are you dealing with vaginal dryness? Not no more. that thing ain't gonna be dry no more. Now with that Damiana tea, you know what I'm saying? This is a herb you can put in your yoni steam. You can steam it. If you don't know what a yoni steam is, look it up. This is a herb that you can make into a tea. You can smoke it. Now it ain't gonna get you high, but Damiana is very relaxing. It's very calming. You know what I'm saying? So what if you make a tea with it or you smoke it? Just keep that in mind. It helps with stress. It's in a herb that helps manage stress. So you definitely want to consider putting that in your life, ladies. This is also, you want to be mindful, okay? Because not only is it going to help with the vaginal dryness, but this is a herb that is also an aphrodisiac. So be careful, okay? Be careful. All right, this is going. I'm trying to put you on something, okay? Yeah. It's gonna help alleviate you. It's gonna soothe you and just put you in that right space. You know what I'm saying? And you might just want to be mindful when you take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But it's really, just on a serious note, it's really just very soothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a sweet taste. It has a very pleasant aromatic quality to it, but also the taste um is very unique. So I like to add it actually to different teas just to give that extra. I just it's just I don't know how to describe it, but I would say it's a sweet, pleasant, soft taste. But yeah, so definitely try it by itself. Add it to different concoctions, and keep some of it here and there. Add it to your blends. It'll definitely be a benefit for you and your fellow sister circle that you got going on. Cause I know y'all got them sister circles and y'all talk about stuff like this in your group. And it's just one other thing you finna add. You finna tell all of them about Damiana. Okay? I like to call it Damn Rihanna, you know what I'm saying? But that's not neither here nor there. So I appreciate y'all listening to the herb section. I'm really passionate about this stuff for real, like because, in our communities, man, especially in Dallas, I don't know if y'all know, but if you live in certain zip codes, under or yeah, south of I-30, which continues to seem to be a racial dividing line in the city of Dallas, this world class city. Your life expectancy is expected to be 20 years less than those who live above I-30. Okay? One more time, let me emphasize. If you live south of I-30, you're expected to live 20 years less than your counterparts that live in the same city as you. Okay? And that's not a problem with y'all, well, god damn it, it's a problem with me. So that's why I erected my store in 75216, one of the top unhealthy zip codes in Dallas County. According to Parkland Health in Dallas County. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, very adamant about, getting our people on our health and in our conscious wave. So we're gonna always talk about that on this show. As well, talk about these bad products that we can't be doing no more, or at least have the knowledge and be conscious of. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna say I'm just perfect. You know what I'm saying? However, a lot of us don't have a consciousness of these things and what they're doing to our bodies and our longevities and our futures. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to speak on plastics. Plastics, and microplastics. Did you know when we drink out of plastic bottles, when we drink out of, like these plastic water bottles, we eat the plastic containers, we microwave some, or go to the Indian restaurant or any of these restaurants that serve warm food in plastic, styrofoam too, but mainly plastic we talk about. Did you know it leaches not only chemicals, but also it contains microscopic plastic particles that we can't see that still leach into our bodies? They have found so much plastic. So we use so much plastic that it has been found in large quantities in our brain, our blood, our sperm, our semen, you know what I'm saying, our reproductive areas. It is beyond me. They even said the creator, the guy who created plastic, he don't even go to his, he don't let it in, he didn't let it in his house. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. I just want to be like, whoa, we want to be mindful. I didn't even know this. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time. And I know most people don't know. So definitely be cognizant of plastic. This can also is another thing that can disrupt the endocrine system. So we want to put plastic on trial. A lot of going back to the Jamaica, going back. Them Rosses, them real stomped down Rosses, they not eating out of that. They get in that calabash. You see what I'm saying? They get in that gourd, that bowl made out of plants. You see what I'm saying? They not doing all that plastic. You feel me? So it's just being mindful that there are things that we can do. We used to make bowls out of plants or clay. You know what I'm saying? Out the earth. We don't do that no more. And it's just, I've been reading and just, really understanding that, the thought and idea that cancer comes from the cancer gene or a cancer cell, a bad cancer cell, or, our genetics is, I'm learning that that's increasingly a not only a marketing scheme, but that is has been a plan to let cancer and capitalism perforate in our communities. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to stop cancer because the more we think of cancer in a space that if you don't go get checked and you have to go get checked to be responsible, it really puts the idea of cancer on you, the consumer. But in reality, cancer is typically really formed by environmental factors that disrupt these different organs and the homeostasis in our body. You know what I'm saying? These tissues in our body. So these group of cells in our body that function negative adversely in a group but not in a singular concept. So what I'm really basically getting at is no, the responsibility is not on us. You know what I'm saying? The responsibility is really on these corporations, on these government people that we put in there to to represent and protect us and, really make the best decision for us. That's why we elected y'all, you understand me? But yeah, so, so we really learning that, it's not really like a genetic thing in most cases. A lot of these cases of cancer is because we're consuming bad products and not knowing. You know what I'm saying? We're just trusting these corporations and trusting our government and our elected officials, not knowing that our best interest is not in mind. So even think about this. Even your tea ain't safe from microplastics. Did you know when you drink pre-bag tea, the tea that comes in the bags, those tea bags themselves actually contain microplastic and put microplastic in your tea? No, Lipton is not safe. No, Nestle is not safe. Them little teas that you get in the waiting room at the doctor's office, at the nurse office, at the business interview, those are not safe. Loose leaf tea is always better. You know what I'm saying? Get you a strainer. Go back old school, because those tea bags, not only is they giving you tea dust and tea essence and stepped on tea crumbs, that's old. You feel me? It's not fresh. They also giving you microplastics just with the bag. So loose leaf tea is better. And I know a spot right in the center of Oak Cliff in the black community. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so definitely, these are different bad products that I would say plastic, especially eating out of hot plastic, warmer plastic up, and them scratches that be in the plastic, that's definitely leaching out microscopic plastics, and we need to be mindful. So loose leaf tea, okay? Okay, okay. I'm glad we got that understood together. You know what I'm saying? Because we just about elevating our community here. You know what I'm saying? We about elevating our community. So we want to urge our FDA people, the rep people up in the director of the FDA, to get your shit together, man. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? We are expecting y'all to protect us. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all hire for. So let's figure it out. Let's talk about local news, though. You know what I'm saying? Local news, world news, man. It's just a lot of going on in the world, in the city. It's just a lot going on these days, man. And we're living in interesting times. You know what I'm saying? I will say, for sure, very interesting time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just want to say right now, we really pushing the efforts again to rename Botham John, rename Lamar Street to Botham John. So we not only were we successful in getting the street name changed. First off, let me go back. Cause y'all don't even know how crucial this is. Lamar was, I believe, the second president of the republic. You know what I'm saying? He was a very racist cracker. You know what I'm saying? He was extremely racist. Not only did he approve and initiate, ordain the murder and extinction of various Native American tribes and groups all over the South. This was just a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? He owned slaves as well. He was just an asshole, not somebody that I would want to be reflected on in a city that I live in and I grow up in. That's not somebody that's not attributes and qualities and actions of someone I would look up to. You know what I'm saying? Sex trafficking or human trafficking and murder is not something that I think is hip or cool or honorable. So, me and a group of my comrades, we got together and really stomped down and put the pressure on the city to change Lamar Street, change the name that's been honoring him in this city downtown for a long time. People speak his name so much and really not knowing what kind of character this guy was. You know what I'm saying? So we got him. Not only was I arrested and being in a part of a protest on a separate situation prior to getting his name changed, I was part of the Dallas Nine. incident that happened to go international because Botham Jean or Botham Ja, a young bright man from St. Lucia who worked. I think he was in finance. You know what I'm saying? A very bright mind and somebody that they were potentially grooming to be the prime minister of St. Lucia one day, as his family was in the political area as well. So this is just a fine person, man. Just somebody who seemed very kind and cool, laid back, and about their business. And unfortunately, I believe back in 2018, a former officer by the name of Amber Geiger, um, drove 2 minutes from work where the Dallas police headquarters is downtown. 2 minutes to Southside Flats, okay, where they both lived on, and claimed she believed he was in her apartment, but she actually came to his apartment and ended up ending this young man's life. You know what I'm saying? In which at the time, me and a group of other individuals, we spent more time in jail than she had at that time. And it was, him being from another country and, his family being so high up there that this just instantly became a international situation. And so, just to give you the history on that, me and my comrades, we even, after that incident, I, further strive to put boots on the ground in my city, and I would not say it was easy. Having to get those signatures on the businesses, from the businesses and business owners on that street, the property owners on that street. You know what I'm saying? Had to walk up and down and be met with opposition because these businesses essentially don't want to pay for the remarketing and the rebranding and the new business cards and the new flyers and all of that. Yeah, so anyways, man, it was a fight, but we eventually became successful. We got forced the city to make this happen. Um, and, but, 6 years later, after them making this promise, they did not, there's still 6 signs left that need to be changed. It's only going to cost the city about $300,000. So we want to urge the city to say, hey, man, say, man, we want you to get your stuff together. Honor the promise that y'all gave to this family. You know what I'm saying? Honor the promise y'all gave to this family. All right? We need y'all. Man, it's been 6 years. I don't know why it's taking so long. Get the funds. You know what I'm saying? Get the funds. Get the funds together. Do what you got to do. All right? We want to be a city known for honoring honoring our promises to people, especially when they've been done wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So, also, in other news, the Hispanic community has banded together, and being successful in getting Jasmine Crockett out of her seat and getting James Tallarico in. And I just want to say, I'm not mad at the Hispanic community from getting together. I just want our community to be as or more politically educated and involved and invested. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at a group doing what they got to do. Even if they continue to be voting against their own, interests. You know what I'm saying? Your own best interest. But that's still showing that effort and organizing. You know what I'm saying? We need to do the same thing. We need to continue to understand how this is going to go. All right, how it's going to go, and mind you, for me, this is not about left wing or right wing politics. If you want to ask me, my personal belief, I personally believe that we need our own thing. We need a political organization that is solely solely focused on black people and domestically issues and abroad. You know what I'm saying? But also, obviously, with a strong focus on, blacks in America. But, we also need to connect with, black people internationally. However, so yes, I'm a Pan Africanist. However, in politics, especially state politics, a voting block matters. Okay, see,